when you're dealing with a narcissistic parent and you are the scapegoat, then you will tend to deal with issues where the double standard, okay, where your narcissistic parent could talk about you, gossip about you to your other siblings, will tell your business to your other siblings, to belittle you, to slander you, just put you down, and they relish in your downfalls, they relish in your misery, they relish in your struggles. But then when a situation is happening where one of your siblings are struggling or going through something, and you try to talk to the scapegoat, try to talk to the narcissistic parent about it, then that's where the narcissistic parent, their whole energy will switch. They won't keep the same energy with you that they had with their other child that they favor over you. It's like when this sibling comes to your narcissistic parent talking about just trying to gossip about you and put you down and just talk about the struggles that you are going through, the narcissistic parent will sit there and engage in conversation, will go back and forth, will piggyback and forth. But when you come to your narcissistic parent about your sibling, then all of a sudden the narcissistic parent tells you that you need to mind your business. That's none of your business. You don't need to talk to them about that. Don't talk to them about their child to you. And it's very ridiculous because it's like, keep that same energy, because how is it okay for your narcissistic parent to gossip about you to their other children, your siblings, but when it's your turn, all of a sudden they're looking at you like you are wrong and you are the problem? The reason why they do this is because they want to keep up this narrative that you are the problem, that you are the bad seed, that you are the problem child, that you are the one that is causing so much chaos and destruction, that you are the one that is causing so much drama. They want to continue to paint you in this bad light, and they distract themselves by talking about you so that they don't have to focus on their issues. But when the scapegoat child comes out and they start calling out the narcissistic parent or calling out the other siblings of what they have done, excuse me. And you may, like the scapegoat is the one that speaks the truth because they see through everything. So when they see what's going on and they speak out about it and they call it out, then now that the truth is being revealed, the truth is brought to the surface, they don't want to handle that. Another thing is that a narcissistic parent, when they favor their children, they see their children as extensions of themselves. So they feel as if when you're talking negatively about one of their favorite children, they take that blow personal and they make it seem like you are attacking the parent when you're not attacking the parent. You are speaking about your sibling. And it's like the narcissistic parent will get so offended by you speaking your truth, or speaking about what your narcissistic sibling has done to you, or just anything that you bring up that you see right through that your narcissistic sibling is doing. Your narcissistic parent will take that exposure, that truth, your statement, very, very personal. And then that's when you will see your narcissistic parent go into narcissistic rage, and they are just unleashing so much negativity and negative energy onto you. And as the scapegoat, what you have to learn in this is that you are not doing anything differently that they are doing. In fact, what they do behind your back is worse, because you come out and you speak truth. They take your truth and they twist it and they add lies to it. They love to shame you. They love to just degrade you. They love to just talk so much crap about you behind your back just to make themselves feel good. But when the scapegoat child comes out and they see through the nonsense, they see through the BS, and they start calling the other family members out for what they're doing, Now that the truth is being revealed, now that that's brought out to the forefront, and now that everyone has to face reality of the situation, they don't want to face it. You see, they live in this very distorted reality. They live in these illusions. And the scapegoat comes in and dismantles the illusions. They dismantle the deception. They dismantle the lies that they tell themselves that is deception, but they basically just they contradict the lies that your family, your narcissistic family, is telling themselves and talking amongst each other. They want to continue to live that lie, but when you come in and you speak out and you basically expose them for their lies and expose them for their treachery, they can't handle that. They can't handle being in the hot seat. They can't handle being called out. For example, you could have a situation where the black sheep, maybe let's say the black sheep was not working a job and they were very, very tight on money, and a narcissistic sibling came over to the scapegoat child and was asking them for some money to help pay for something. And the scapegoat is like, hey, I'm not working, I don't have it, money is tight for me, I can't help this time. And then that sibling not the scapegoat, but the narcissistic sibling goes back to the narcissistic parent and just starts complaining about how come the scapegoat doesn't have any money, how come they can't help put on for this event, how come they can't help contribute, what are they doing? And then they make up all of these lies about they probably do have that money, they just want to be selfish and stingy and don't want to give it, and they're just doing this because they want to be spiteful, and they never give you the benefit of the doubt. They don't give you grace, and they don't take your truth at face value. They basically want to distort your truth. They want to gaslight you. And then it'll be like the narcissistic sibling is having a conversation about that, complaining about this scapegoat child because of the struggles that they are going through. But then let's say fast forward, the scapegoat has a job now and they're working and they have money, and then something happens, 7-Eleven in my clique, something happens where that same narcissistic sibling that was talking about the scapegoat not having money, now this narcissistic sibling is in a moment where they don't have as much money, where they don't have money to contribute, where they don't have money where they can purchase something or whatever they need. So the narcissistic parent comes in and helps them. In the same way that narcissistic sibling wanted to shame the scapegoat child, when the scapegoat finds out, they're like, oh, well, this person was having so much energy and was shaming me and talking about me not having money, but look at them. Now that she was on the other foot, look at them. All you're doing is speaking your truth. All you're doing is calling it out, because that is a fact, that is true. Because if they wanted to complain about you not having finances and you not having money when they know you weren't working, and shaming you and gaslighting you and painting you as to be this bad person because of your circumstances, and then later on they were in those same circumstances that you were in, it's like you got to be careful how you talk about people. You got to be careful how you put your mouth on people, because you could be in the same predicament later on that you were talking about them. And then now that they're on the receiving end, they're in this position where their finances are low, they don't have as much money. And then here comes the scapegoat calling it out, like, yeah, you talked a lot of crap about me, but now you're in the same predicament. You see, right there, you expose the truth, you expose the treachery. Right there, what the scapegoat did is they called out the nonsense of what's been happening within this family. They called out how they are so quick to shame you and complain about you for your shortcomings, but when they have their shortcomings, they don't want that energy directed at them. They don't want anyone shaming them. They don't want anyone calling them out. They don't want anyone gaslighting them. They don't want anyone throwing it back in their face. But they did it to someone else. But when the energy is matched, all of a sudden they can't handle it. And then the narcissistic parent gets mad at the scapegoat for doing something, but the scapegoat child did the same exact thing that the narcissistic sibling did, and the narcissistic parent wasn't keeping the same energy. So it's always a double standard. Bottom line, it's always a double standard. So when they get mad at the scapegoat, when they get mad at you for doing something that they have done, it just shows their hypocrisy. It just shows how they know that they are doing something wrong, but they want to be the only ones that are doing the wrong thing. They don't want the wrong done to them because they can dish it out, but they can't take it. All the skeletons in their closet, but they're talking about yours. They throw stones but live in a glass house.